Hi coiners, I thought I'd do another up my nose video, just giving a few little handy tips about Qoin and wallet creation. Obviously everyone's different. Once again, this is general in nature and it might not fit with your specific circumstances, but just thought that I would give a little bit of recommendations in general about the different wallets that you should have. So firstly, if you are conducting a business, this is generally for people conducting a business, I recommend that you have a different wallet for every one of your business activities. So if you're running multiple businesses, just to keep things really simple and keep them easier to track, you should have a different wallet set up for each of your business activities, just so it's easier to track. As also mentioned in my last video, it's a really good idea that you set up a separate wallet that you use for all of your personal transactions. That is, if you're going out to dinner that's not a business meeting, or you want to buy yourself a new bike or a TV, or you want to go and do your grocery shopping, those things aren't necessarily business expenditure. So the things that aren't business expenditure that you're using Qoin for, I recommend that you have a separate wallet that you transfer these funds out to spend personally. The reason that you transfer them out is because you should really track every single one of your Qoin transactions. And if you are separating your business transactions from your personal transactions, it just makes it easier to track which of your business, just to track your business transactions and account for them correctly. I also recommend that if you are going to have some Qoin put aside for the purposes of holding it, that you keep that in a separate wallet. If you're transacting in it on a regular basis, then you have to declare the growth as it grows, because it's part of a transacting account. However, if you are holding it for a long-term capital gain, then it is recommended that I would recommend that you put that in a holding wallet, and that way you only have to worry about paying the gains on that when you cash it out as a capital gains event. In regards to the growth on your personal wallet, think of it like interest in your personal account. It is still growth, and it does still need to be declared, but it isn't necessarily business income, but it does still need to be accounted for. So just kind of keep that one a little bit separate. I did create a spreadsheet last time I made one of these videos, so I would suggest keeping a spreadsheet for each of your wallets, just to track where they're going. With your personal wallet, not so much, but it is important to track the ins and outs and the growth. So the spreadsheet can be beneficial for a personal wallet as well as the business wallets. It's good for tracking it's not necessarily the best for tracking the capital gain. It really is more a transactional record. But for the capital gain one, it is important to note when you purchased it, or when you acquired the Qoin, and at what rate, so that when you cash it out, you know if there are any discounts that can be applied, or the actual amount of growth, because you need to take into consideration the cost base of that Qoin as well. So I do recommend that you put your investments in a separate wallet, and you do still track when those are coming in. As for taxation on gains, it really depends on how much money you're earning anywhere else and what you're being taxed on. Couple of little things with capital gains: if you have held your asset for 12 months and you're selling it personally or within a trust environment, you can be, and you've held it for 12 months from the time that you acquired it to the time that you disposed of it, you could be eligible for a 50% capital gains discount, which means that whatever the gain is, it immediately halves before you pay tax on it at your marginal rate. If you are in a company situation, there is no discount on capital gains at the current situation. for holding it for that 12-month period. However, any gains are capped at the company tax rate. This year, the company tax rate is 26%. Next year, it reduces down to 25%. So if you're not in a company, considering the amount of growth that a lot of people are having in Qoin, it might be time, if you are a sole trader or in a partnership, it might be time to consider moving to a company structure. Once again, speak to your accountant about this, about whether it's the right move for you. It does cost a little bit more to set up. It does cost a little bit more to do the tax return for each year. But if it's the difference between you paying 48% in tax and 26% in tax, then it might be worthwhile making the move. I don't recommend setting up companies yourself unless you know what you're actually doing. There are companies out there that say just fill in this form. Be very careful about setting it up yourself, or going to a third-party site where you can just fill out a form and bam, you've got a company, because it might not actually be constitutionally set up correctly. At Orange Partners, we do offer a company setup service, and we might be able to help you depending on your needs, and then or speak to your own accountant about it as to whether it is beneficial for you. Anyway, happy Sunday. Sorry if me sitting in my egg chair and rocking has given you motion sickness, and happy coining. Bye.